everyone. This is Property Mommies at PropertyMommies.com. This is Gayla Bustos with Keller Williams Partners.
And this is Brittany Wynn with Keller Williams Partners.
This week we have Cody Nottingham and Kelly Licata with First American Title with us. They're going to go over some questions that we frequently hear about title commitments and everything with title.
First question is, what is title insurance?
So essentially what I try to do to explain to people about title insurance is when you're buying car insurance, you're protecting for anything that can happen to you in the future. With title insurance, what you're doing is you're protecting anything that may have happened, may have broken the chain of title in the past. So when you guys are getting your title policy, you're going to say, hey, why do I need to buy this? Well, the reason you need title insurance is because we go through all of the paperwork and the previous sales to ensure that that property is free and clear to transfer into someone's name. Now, when we bring that on, we're taking on the responsibility for that. So if that chain is broken, basically what happens is we're going to go and say, hey, we didn't find that issue, we're going to cover it. We're going to be able to make it right, and whoever had a claim on your property will no longer, and we'll make it right with them. Say they want X amount of dollars, we'll pay that value.
The next one is, what is a title commitment and what do you need to look for when you're looking at that?
So a title commitment basically comes out after you've sent the contract over. So when you girls have made your listing and your clients have gotten the offer that they want and they sign off on it, it comes directly over to us, not to me, it goes to Kelly. Kelly will put it in order, and then we start doing our research and we start digging through and finding the paperwork that we need. A title commitment is going to tell you all of the issues that may come up in a commitment, like a judgment or a lien. There's a bunch of other stuff that happens. Every title policy is completely different, but basically what you're looking for are those two things, is judgments and liens, and if there's anything that you need to clear up.
Prior to closing. Awesome. What is an OEC?
So OEC is owner's extended coverage. Basically what I was talking about with judgments and liens, there's other things that we don't cover. They're exclusions. So owner's extended coverage actually takes away a list of those exclusions. It's the first four. So normally if something were to happen we didn't want to cover, or not didn't want to, but we're saying, hey, this was excluded under the policy. For a nominal fee you can pay to get owner's extended coverage, which wipes away those first four. Basically what it is it's $75 and it's getting rid of any potential problems that may have fallen under what we would have accepted from title insurance.
Okay. All right, and our last question is, what is escrow?
So I think with escrow, we're a third-party transaction company. We are the ones that close the deal. So we're taking the funds from one end to the next. We're a third party, so those will go into our bank account, and we're making sure that we're sending it into whoever needs to get paid. If it's a payoff to a bank, a second payoff, sometimes you want to pay off your credit cards with the proceeds. There's a lot of stuff that goes in. There's a difference from state to state. We in Colorado are a table funding state. There are other states that are an escrow state. I'll let Kelly explain the difference between the two of those.
So Colorado is a table funding state. So basically we close the transaction that same day and we fund the same day and we record after. A lot of states do escrow states. So what they do is they close. Usually the buyer and seller don't even sit together like we do.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes.
Yeah. If everybody's happy, we sit together. Usually in other states like California, quite a few states, they close the buyer and seller at different times, and then they send everything to the county to be recorded. Once everything is a public record, then funds get dispersed and keys, then it's actually closed.
And so with that, they can make it so that there's not a lot of problems. With table funding, we need to make sure that everything is done. So a lot of people that have had transactions not in a table funding state, it's much different. Escrow is much more important in a non-table funding state because then those funds are going and they're sitting in those bank accounts. Here in Colorado with First American, we're only taking it for a short period of time because we need to get them out and turned around right away.
Right. Okay. And so if I know there's a lot of other agents that are watching this, let's tell them why we use you guys versus anyone else. Like, why would you say, like, what's the difference between your title company versus anyone else?
So what I go out and tell people is I was the account executive here for First American Title in Colorado Springs for the last 2 years. First American Title is the second largest title company in the country. We have a ton of resources. We have a ton of funding, so if there are any claims, if we need to pay out on that broken chain, we're going to deal with it and just get it done. We don't want you to have to sit and wait about it. We also have a ton of resources that we can offer to you guys as agents and that you guys can give to your clients to make you look even better. But ultimately, the real reason that you need to use First American Title is because of Kelly. She's a game changer. Everyone knows that closers are what matters. I can go out and I can get things for Gala, but ultimately it doesn't matter if Kelly's not there to finish them. So she's the difference maker. People in this town know that you have relationships with your closers. Kelly's one of the best, if not the best.
Yep, I agree. Cody, would you like to send us off with the tip of the week?
I would. This is going to be my goodbye. And one last title tip of the week. Usually the girls give you guys something real estate driven. What I'm going to do is talk about a preliminary report that you can pull for $5. But really what you're going to do is you're going to call the property mommies and they'll pull it for you. It's called an O&E. It's an Owners and Incumbents Report. Essentially what this does is it's going to give you a snapshot on if you have any judgments or liens against your home or if there's anything that you need to be worried about. And these girls do a great job even before their listing appointments of pulling these things so that they can have those conversations with you guys before it happens rather than when you're already in the middle of it, because there's so much going on during this. If it's $5, we might as well do it.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, well, meet us next week. We are going to be meeting with a lender going over the different programs that offer down payment assistance. So we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.